Wait, hold on. Can you hear me? Guys, I've made too many changes. I've made too many changes to my stream. I'm so confused. I don't know where anything is. I don't know where anything is, and I don't know whether everything works. I made too many changes. I made way too many changes, but it's fine. We can handle it. Give me a second. I'm just trying to tweak my positioning on TikTok. And then we can kinda get started. Hi, hello everybody. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Astaroth. I'm your Twilight Demon Villainess, and if you like chaotically queer or chaotically cozy times, then I am the VTuber for you. I focus on storytelling, indie games, games like Repo and Supermarket Together, as well as Marvel Rivals, amongst other things. So, yeah, those are the vibes. They are chaotic and usually very, very intense, but it's okay because today's gonna be a chill stream. Where is my heckin' music? There we go. Some nice jaunty tavern music. Hello, Alaya. Hello. Dorothy McDonald. Hello. And Elru, how are you, my love, my life, my darling? How are you? How have you been? How have you been? Also, I'm gonna turn off my heater because it is freaking hot. It's so hot in this room. And that's partially on me, because whenever when you can't get like a middle ground with temperature, like I keep turning on the heater and then I'm like, I'm too hot, and then I turn off the heater and I'm like, oh, I'm too cold. So I don't really know what to do at this point, but that sounds like a me problem. I will figure it out. It's fine. Give me 1 second. Tell me how your week has been, everyone. That's a question to everyone in chat. Hello. And to all the new people as well. Hello. Wow. Very, very warm. Very warm in here. Also, I made a few tweaks to my model and stuff. So the lighting is, it's giving. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with the lighting. It's, so good. But Alaya says, you play Roblox? I do not play Roblox. I've gotten this question a ton of times. But no, unfortunately, I don't play Roblox. My younger sisters play Roblox, but not me, unfortunately. Sorry. I never really took an interest into Roblox. Elru says, my darling, my moon, my stars, I am all the better for seeing you. Wow! I'm all the better for hearing you. And by hearing you, I mean in my mind. I imagine your voice in my mind. Oh my god. But it's good seeing you. It's good chatting to you. How have you been? What have you been up to? For those of you who didn't know, I recently went to a convention last Sunday. And it was really fun. That most of this stream is going to be me talking about the convention. It was MegaCon in London. So I don't know if some of you guys are from the UK. If you are not, that is totally fine. You probably will never have heard of this con, but if you are from the UK, then you will definitely know. But yeah, I went to MegaCon London and it was very fun. Also, Alaya, I'm glad you're not doing too bad. I'm glad. Z over on TikTok, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Hello to you too. You said that you're doing good. You got 2 days off because of this weather, so can't complain. Nice. I feel like everybody should get days off when the weather is too intense. But like, it's so rare that people actually get days off that I don't know how difficult it is to get a days off, but I hope you get many more days off, because who wants to go into work? Who wants to go into school? Who wants to go anywhere when it's freezing? It's so cold. Where is my little thing? Where's my little pop-up? Where's my little pop-up thing? Did I lose it? How did I lose it? This is what I get for clicking on tabs I'm not supposed to click on. La 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 la. Give me a second, lovelies. This is what I mean. So to update you, before I had one monitor, after seeing my mother, not last weekend, but actually, was it last weekend? I don't know. It wasn't last weekend. It might have been last weekend. I'm definitely losing it. But I went to go see my mother, and I realized I left my work monitor at home. So I was like, why not bring my work monitor with me so I can have two monitors? So now I have two monitors, but I didn't really figure out a setup for maximum optimization. So things are a bit clunky. I don't know where everything is. I'm going to be fumbling around because, again, I don't know where everything is. And yeah. That's the story. Elias says, I'm watching this on YouTube. Are other people watching this on TikTok? So I am streaming to 3 places right now. I'm streaming to the Purple app. I'm also streaming to the Clock app. And then I'm also streaming to the Red app. I'm trying not to mention their names because a certain platform, Clock app, doesn't like it when you mention the names of other platforms. So I am wherever you need me. And if you want to kind of move to different platforms, it's entirely up to you, honey. It's entirely up to you. But yes. TikTok represent. Let's go. Let's go. You should be proud. Hell yeah. But guys, MegaCon London was amazing. It was so and the thing is, I didn't even arrive on time. The beginning of my day, because I only went for one day, I was going to go for 2, and then I decided against it, which was a very smart move because I did not have the time. But I went on Sunday, and it was a heckin' mess, you guys. I forgot I needed contact lenses because I was going to cosplay, or I did cosplay, I should say. I cosplayed as Hal from Howl's Moving Castle, and if you've not seen it, please go and watch. Howl's Moving Castle is such a great film. I desperately want to read the book. Studio Ghibli, it rarely misses. It always hits. But Howl's Moving Castle was one of the first, Studio Ghibli films I ever watched outside of Spirited Away. So I cosplayed Hal, and it was really, really fun. But I remembered, the day before, I was like, oh crap, I don't have contact lenses. And I could get away with it if I was doing, dark-haired Hal, because he's a diva, so he changes his hairstyle very frequently. And, he has dark hair, and then he also has blonde hair. And for the blonde hair, he has blue eyes as well. And so I was doing blonde hair Hal, and I was like, I need contacts, because if I was doing dark haired Hal, that would be fine, because my brown eyes could just do whatever. But because he's blonde, I was like, I need contacts. I tried to go to my contact place on I think it was a Saturday. And then I was like, oh, you know, it's closed. It's fine. I'll go tomorrow. I then found out my contact place was then closed. So I was like, where am I gonna go on a Sunday to buy contact lenses? I tried going to the Party Shop. They stopped doing contact lenses and only do them during Halloween, which sucks. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna have to be on the hunt before con. And yeah, it was just a whole bunch of things. I didn't like my makeup. I didn't like anything. I was full of hate. I woke up and I was just full of hate before I got to con. But I managed to get some contact lenses. There was a place nearby. And then the moment I got them, I was no longer full of hate. And I got to the convention center like an hour and a half later, and it was so good, you guys. Oh, I miss conventions. Also, hello Sahara Llama. Hello. Sahara Llama says, is there an upgrade done to your stream? Looks crisper. Listen, when I'm not online, your girl's always working to try and improve stream. So we've got some dynamic lighting. Which is helping me blend into the background a little better. And is making everything look very, very sexy. I can also, let me find it. I hope I don't screw anything up, but let me find it. I can add more lighting. It takes a bit because I have to do this, like these aren't keybinds, which is really annoying. But I can add a little spotlight, a little mysterious spotlight. And, wait. Yeah, so I can add a little mysterious spotlight. And wait, hold on. There's another one though. There's another one. I'm trying to find it though because I've completely forgotten. Where is it? Give me a second. Oh, I can also do this. Yes, thank you everyone for attending. Thank you. Oh, get my good side. Get my good side. And then Yoshi's flashing. I'm always flashing. Just never paid attention. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Where is she? Is it? And I can add a little glow. But yeah, there's a ton of things I can do. I can't find it, but it's really cool. I can also do this, which is like camera switcher, which is really fun. There's a lot of fun stuff I can do. But there's one with like really cool stuff and I'm trying to find it and I don't know why I can't find it. Do I blame Llama? Is it Llama's fault? It is Llama's fault. I can't find it because of you, Llama. Ugh. Damn it, Llama. Anyways, I can do things. And the lighting is crisp. And the lighting is nice. Okay? So, hell yeah. Also, Z says, party don't start until you get there anyways. Fashionably late. Yes, as always, fashionably late. The thing is, I don't know why I do this to myself. Because if I'm not going all weekend, because an all weekend ticket will get you priority into a con, if I'm not going all weekend, I will get a priority ticket so I can spend as much time in the con as possible. But then I end up being late. And by the time I arrive, general entry is going in anyways. So why did I spend an extra $5 or $10 to get in early when I'm just gonna be late. Why do I do this? Why am I like this? Why is anything like this? I don't like it. I don't like it. I need it to stop. It's a sunk cost. It's a sunk cost. I don't even want to add the fallacy. It's a sunk cost, okay? Annoy the hell out of me. I'm tired of me. That's my issue. I'm tired of me. Also, what does this do? What does this do? What does this do? Okay, I don't know what it do. I'm still trying to find the thing. I won't find it, but supporting the creators. Yeah. No, my dialogue box. Where is it? Where is she? Where is she? Yeah. But yes. Con was good. Con was great. We got into the convention and we took 2 steps. We took 2 steps into Artist Alley, which, if you don't know, Artist Alley is essentially, well, a bunch of booths lined up full of artists, and they sell D&D stuff. They sell thank you for the headpads, thank you for the headpads, thank you for the headpads. They sell a bunch of art stuff from your favorite animes, TV shows, video games, so on and so forth. We took 2 steps in. Me and my friend took 2 steps in and immediately found, I think, one of the best D&D stalls ever. Right? One of the best D&D stalls ever. Because we went up to her and I immediately was like, hello, I'm here to peruse your wares. And she was like, oh, okay, what wares are you looking for? And I was like, I'm looking for dice for my D&D character. And I need like dice that fit her vibe. And she was like, okay, tell me about this character so I can help you. And I was like, can I show you a picture? I showed her a picture of my dice. And not my dice, of my character. And she was like, I think I had dice that fit her perfectly, but let me double check. And she went into the back and she pulled out 2 sets of dice that were absolutely perfect, you guys. They were so perfect, crisp, clean, beautiful, the detailing. Oh, my heart was aflutter. And she was like, so I have these 2. These would fit her really well. And I was like, oh, they would fit her really well. You're so right. I was like, take my money. Take my money. Take my money now. And she was like, don't you wanna go and look at the... She was like, I don't mind like holding these like behind so like other people can't buy it. I don't mind holding onto these for you whilst you go and look at the rest of con because you just got here. And I said, woman, lady, you do not understand. These dice are perfect. I have perused many wares. And none of them have gotten close to what you've given me today. Take your card reader out and allow me to give you funding. And she was like, are you sure you don't want to? And I was like, no. I have a feeling in my gut. I have a feeling in my body. I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to hear anymore. I did take my money. Okay? I was like, who needs to think about my bank account anyways? Okay? We don't support corporations up in here. Okay? We support our own happiness. And sometimes an impulse purchase needs to happen for happiness. Dopamine hits, please. Take my money. And she was like, okay. So she took my money. And I was correct. When we walked around, obviously it took us a while, but we walked around the rest of the con and I did not find dice. I did not find dice that matched the vibe of my character as much as hers. Ha. Ha ha. Next time you should take my money more quickly, woman. I come to peruse your wares and I come to buy. Take my money. But yeah, we got other things. I didn't just get dice. But my purchases occurred like within the first half an hour of us being there. It was real quick. It was it was real quick. And my friend at that point hadn't really bought anything. So I was like, "Oh, I've had my fill. Like I got really pretty dice. I got a hairpin, like a sword hairpin to tie my hair up with, which has a little dragon on it and it's very cute. And then I think I got something else. I can't remember. No, I didn't get anything else. I got 3 things and I was happy. Right? But my friend, she was like, "Oh, I'm not getting the like urge to buy." And I was like, "Oh, you're not getting the urge? Let me give you that urge." So every time we went to a store and she was like, "Oh, this is pretty." I was like, "Buy it. Spend your money. Buy it. Buy it now. When are you ever going to see a thing like this again? This is handcrafted, handmade. What, you think you're going to find this elsewhere? That feeling in your stomach that's telling you that it's pretty, go buy it. Go buy it, bestie. Go treat yourself. You said your word of the year is positivity. Well, I'm positive that you need this." Like, I was just over her shoulder, absolutely urging her to make purchases. Urging the frick out of her to make purchases. I was like, "Buy it. Buy it." And every person at a store was laughing at us because I was just like I was the literal devil on her shoulder, you guys. I was like, those earrings, they'd look really pretty in your ears. The fact that they're gold and it suits the undertone of your skin. Oh my god, the fact that they have pretty stars and a moon. Oh, you have a lot of, you have a very bohemian style. A lot of the patterns on your clothes are stars and moon. Wouldn't it match? Wouldn't it match that dungaree that you bought the other day? Wouldn't it match your shoes? Think about it. Open your wallet. Buy. Buy now. Buy now. And the thing is, like, another friend, his name's Nigel, he's great. He was like tagging along with us and he was just like, "You're really just urging her to like impulse buy." And I'm like, "Yeah, if I have to do it, so does she. Ride or die means if I make terrible decisions, so do you, okay? So hop on the wagon. We've got limited time. We came here late. Let's get skedaddling. I need to see the number in your bank account drop, okay?" But I forgot to mention the stall that had the really pretty dice that I gave them all my money. They also had quests. So they had this cute little thing. Usually people in Artist Alley have like a... Lol, not the skedaddle. Times are wasting. We've got to get to step in. Like, that's just how it works. So, like, they had all these cards that, like, usually you go to different artists, you get it stamped, and then you get, like, a little prize at the end. But this table gave you adventuring cards. So you wrote your name, your class, and then for every quest you completed, they would give you like a tick. And they had 3 quests. One was to slay the worm, which was one of those big noodle worms that like you see with the little string attached. And they gave you an inflatable sword to carry around so that when you found the worm, you could quote unquote kill it, hand it, and then they would like give you something in exchange to show that you did the quest. The second quest was to find the bard. Is he on? I can't hear him. He's been silenced. He's been silenced. Girl. Oh no, he was silenced. Were you silent or were you silenced? Give me a second. Why can you not hear my familiar? You don't get to hear him often. What the hell? Ox Spider, this is not a scam. I'm trying to fix it, okay? We went through a bunch of upgrades, okay? He's having a hissy fit. He's not appearing. Give me a second. La 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 la. I can't find him. I can't find him. I can't find him. Where is he? Why is he not here? Ugh, give me a second. Oh, your bit was so good. I've been playing a lot of Wordle lately. Give me a second. Congrats on your crushed herb boba. Congrats. Also, I forgot to mention you guys, because again, I've made so many upgrades to stream, or I'm in the process of making upgrades to stream, that I've lost track of all of them. So please bear with me. But if you are a subscriber on the purple app, if you are a subscriber, you can type, I think, !throw. You can type ! !throw and a thing will happen. I think. I don't know. I don't know. Did it work? Did she work? No, she didn't work. She didn't work. I've been lied to. I'm trying to set up a system where you guys can throw stuff at me. I'm trying to set it up, but for some reason this little won't work. It also works. So for subscribers, you can use it as a command anytime. And then for non-subscribers, you can redeem the water. And it should. What the heck? What the heck? Give me a second. This is what I mean by there's too many things. There's too many things that I did today. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. It should work. I am confused. It should work. It should look. It should. Wait. 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 Everybody wait. There's so many things. There's so many things, you guys. Oh, there's so many things. Oh, Mama doesn't know. There's so many things. There's so many things, you guys. There's so many things. Okay. It should. Like, it should do the thing. It should... Ow. Ow. See, it should throw things. Ah. 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 Eh. Ah. Eh. Eh. Ah. Eh. Ah. Anyways, it should work. I don't know why it doesn't. I will figure it out. I will figure it out. It's fine. It should work, but it's not. So I want it to occur every time people redeem water. I want it to occur anytime people want to throw stuff. It's for fun. And it was supposed to have little bobas and everything. I tried to set it up before stream, but like, I don't know, man. Shit's just not working, and I'm tired. Anyways, back to con. Hello, Tog. I see you. Hello, hello. Ox Spider, I don't know why the thing's not working. I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on. Go back here. Here. There you are. Okay, it didn't want to appear in the menu for some reason.
You know what is also urging?
What
this
is?
Message from my not sponsor, Wordle. Guess the daily word today.
I love Wordle. I've been having a lot of fun with Wordle lately. And I actually have Legacy to thank for that. Because Legacy was playing Wordle ridiculously, like, every day. And then I was like, whoa. Wordle. Listen, your thing played, okay? It took a delay, but your thing played. Now stop complaining before I put you in the hole. Put you in a dark hole. Either way. Megacon, quests. I defeated a worm. And then the second quest was to find the bard. So, like, we had gone around the con. We went to a panel. We went to a panel, and the first part of the panel was for the Amazing Digital Circus. Wow, congratulations. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. My name is Astaroth, your Twilight Demon Villainess, and if you like chaotically cozy or chaotically queer times, you are in the right place. But we're just talking about MegaCon London and my experience there and the things that I got up to. But yeah, The Amazing Digital Circus, which if you haven't watched it, it's a really good animated show. It's by Glitch Productions. Glitch Productions is an animation studio, right? Or they just produce. Anyways, it's by Glitch Productions, or they released it. And I think it only has 8 episodes. I don't know, but it's really good. It's about a group of people who essentially get sucked into like a virtual reality. They get trapped inside of a computer essentially as different avatars, and they're kind of at the whim of the AI in the computer, and they're forced to keep up morale. Otherwise, people kind of go stir crazy. The AI has come up with adventures for them to go on, and each episode is them like either going on an adventure or like doing something together, and you can kind of see like how the different personalities go together. It's really, really good. Typically, I don't like anything with clowns in it, but I guess Pomni isn't really a clown. She's more of a jester. So I can kind of look past that. But it's really, really funny. And it's really, really freaking good. Like, the writing is really, really good.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, motherfucker. Hello, Black Garuga. Welcome, welcome. Drink some down water. Whoa. Yeah, the throwing thing isn't working, y'all. I don't know why. OG Yogurt says, hey, guess what? Chicken butt. What? Chicken butt? Wait, is this? Yeah, this is water. This water didn't taste good. This water tasted weird. This water didn't taste like it was water. Ugh. Well, let's hope I don't die. But thank you for redeeming that. Thank you. Appreciate it. If I die, then it's, you killed me. But yeah, Amazing Digital Circus, is a great show. Please go and watch it. And then when you watch it, please tell me what you think, because I need to talk to more people about it. I realize it's one of those shows that I've just kind of watched on my own and I've not really interacted with anybody else that watches it. So I would love to talk to people about it. But the panel was great. We got the last bit of it. And then we sat in for the Dandadan English dub panel, which I didn't know. And I kind of had a big nostalgia heart palpitation moment that the woman who voices a character in the anime called Turbo Granny, you will understand if you watch it, she also voiced Rita. And I don't know if any of you were Power Ranger fans when you were younger, but she voiced Rita. And my mind my mind was just blown, because I was like, oh my god. That was such an iconic part of my childhood. What do you mean you're just sat in front of me? That's crazy. And then the voice actress for sorry, my Power Rangers was dubbed. Oh, fair. But you understand, right? That was a huge, I was only expecting, because we were going to the Dandadan panel purely to just kind of we're interested and we want to see what it's about. And they did touch on a lot of stuff. They talked mainly about the business behind voice acting and how they're able to kind of maintain stamina through recording sessions and things like that. But yeah, it was just when everybody was lining up to ask questions, they were like, oh, so I appreciate your work as Rita on Power Rangers, and I'm like, nani? Nandayo? What do you mean, nani? Kore? Nani kore? What do you mean that she voiced Rita? That's insane. So I'm just sat in my seat freaking out. And then the lady beside her who voices her name's not Momo. No, her name is Momo. Momo from Dandadan. She also does the English dub voice for Nezuko from Demon Slayer. That's the anime, right? Yeah, the Demon Slayer. So I was like, whoa, crazy. And then it was just a whole thing. And it was really interesting to see. And it was really cute because there was a little 12-year-old boy. And I was like, I really hope he's not here for Dandadan, because a lot of the themes in Dandadan is a little questionable. And a lot of the voice actors actually said they weren't really comfortable with those scenes. And I'm very glad that they said that out loud. But he was mainly there because of Demon Slayer. And he had a little badge saying it was his birthday, so the host brought the boy up into the stage, and we all sang happy birthday for him, and one voice actor was harmonizing. I was like, yeah, get it, girl. But it was really, really cute. It was really, really cute. But anyways, we spent our time doing that, and then my friend was like, we have 2 hours until the con closes, because obviously the show finishes early on a Sunday. And she was like, we got to get to stepping. We got to skedaddle and make sure that we see the rest of con. And I was like, oh, you guys can go do that. I have a photo shoot. I have a photo shoot for my cosplay. It shouldn't take too long because like I only just want like a couple of pictures. But I'm gonna be gone. And she was like, okay. So we separated for a bit. I did my photo shoot. Guys, the pictures came out really, really well. The pictures came out so good. I'm so excited to post them. It's been such a long time since I've like done a photo shoot and like had pictures to hold and be like, yes, you did cosplay this character. They are real. It happened. So that will be going up sometime soon. Also, for people who are on the Purple app, you have an ad break coming at you in 15 minutes. We'll kind of pause if there's any important details. Geets, hello. Wow, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Appreciate it and welcome. We're just talking about MegaCon London and my experience there and what I got up to. If you're wondering as well, there are people in the Clock app chat, but also on the Purple app chat and the Red app chat. Also, where did that go? I just realized that chat is not here. Why does it keep disappearing, and why can I never find it? There we go. I found it eventually. God damn. Okay. So yeah, I did my photo shoot. We met back up again. Me and my friend had a bit of a like joking, like a kidding, like joke, domestic argument, because I thought she had explored the rest of the con without me, and also I thought she had done the quests without me as well. So I was like, I wanted to do the quest too. She was like, you were at a photo shoot, and I was like, oh, it doesn't hurt to give a call every once in a while. It was like a whole domestic thing. The girls at the booth were laughing. I was like, as long as people are finding it funny, that's all I need. But we had to go and find the bard. And she was like, oh, here's a quest to find the bard. Bearing in mind, there is someone who looks exactly like the illustration she gave us, sitting beside her. Now, instead of my brain being like, oh my god, found the bard, here's the quest, thank you for letting me do this like really easy. Instead, I was like, oh, he's probably on break. He's probably resting because he's had to walk around con, and I don't want to bother him. So I said, oh, we'll go find the bard. We'll go find him. And we walked away, not realizing that she was giving us an out. She was giving us an easy quest so that I could feel included. So our dumbasses walked around the con, and we were like, we gotta find the bard. And then we stumbled across him, like my friend mentioned him, and he just appeared out of thin air, which is crazy. And we were like, oh, we found the bard, hello. We like chatted with him a bit. Guys, he's so cool. And he was like, oh, let me go get my violin and let me play for you. And I was like, violin, viola, what? And he started playing like songs from Studio Ghibli, from Howl's Moving Castle. And guys, it was a very touching moment. I was just like fangirling inside. I was like, that's so cool. And then he gave us some inspiration, which bards often do. Excellento. Hello, my love. How are you doing? How have you been? It's been a while. It's been a very long while. How have you been? We're just talking about MegaCon and my experience there, vibing. But eventually he gave us our gold coin so that we could bring it to the guild and say that we've done our quest. And the final quest was to slay a dragon. Now, my friend Danny thought she knew where the dragon was. She didn't actually know. So we were running up and down this con hall because we had like 2 minutes before the show was closing. We were running up and down this show hall trying to find this dragon, and it was at this moment in time that fate decided to let me bump into every single one of my friends. Who I hadn't seen in ages. So I'm like running, I bump into someone, I was like, oh my god, hi, I haven't seen you in a while, how have you been? We stopped for a conversation. I have my friend Danny running back and forth in between aisles, up and down. Our friend Nigel is trying to keep up with her. I was like, did you find the dragon yet? She was like, no. And then I'll go back to talking to my friend, and then she'll run past us again. I'll be like, did you find the dragon yet? And she's like, no, I can't find it. So it was a whole thing. And then she called me and she was like, found the dragon. Found the dragon. Returning to the adventurer's base, meet me there. And I was like, okay. So I said to my friend, I was like, oh my god, I have to go. But she was like, oh, I'll walk you out. So we started speed walking, and then I had to like drop my friend off with another group of friends that I bumped into, run and leg it to the store, get my tick and thing for the quest. And then we found out, because we thought it only went up to level 4, but there were 3 quests. Apparently this stall has been doing this for a while, and your adventurer's card can go up to level 8. Or I believe 12. She had like multiple levels, and we were like, this can go up to what? What do you mean it can go up to level 12? And she's like, yeah, so we do this every con. So if like you want to keep your card and then you want to do another 3 quests and the next con, you're more than welcome to, like it stays. And we were like, oh, you shouldn't have told us that. You shouldn't have told us that, because now we're gonna be all up in your business. Now we're going to be all up in your business, and it's just going to get more intense. But yeah, anyways, that was really fun. That was really, really cool. Also, Excellentor, I do remember you. I do remember you. How are you? How have you been? Adventurer, the only little meat. Hello, little meat. Hello, darling. How have you been? I hope you enjoy your crushed herb boba. Thank you for checking in. Thank you. I hope you enjoy. I just realized none of the like oishis are popping up either. My oishis, what the hell? My oishis. La 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 la. Where's my oishi? You son of a bitch. Give me a second. There we go. Oishi. Boom. Okay. I don't know why it's not picked up. I don't know why. But Llama, you were saying something. Let's see. Gotta take you to Phantom Peak. Think you'll like that a lot if you enjoyed the quest at the con. Yes. So they were actually telling me about Phantom Peak. And I know some people have gone. I do like me a little quest. I do like to be a silly little guy. And I want to go, but also I don't know how silly I can be. Like, are they gonna banter with me? I like me a bit of banter. You know what I mean? I like me a bit of off the cuff role play. You know? I want to go in and be like, "Hello, good sir. I've come for your quests." You know what I mean? Are they gonna match my freak? Is what I'm asking. Because if freaks aren't matched, I'm gonna get to step in, skedaddle away. Okay, skedaddle away. I will leave. And they have to be entertaining quests too. Like, none of this, you got to find my missing child, and it's just like a doll in the back room somewhere or something. I need spice. I need drama. I need a quest. I need a quest that's like, me and my wife got divorced recently, and I need you to go and deliver the divorce papers to her house. Oh my god, give that to me! Feed me with that shit. I want it. I want it messy. I want it messy. I want to see the crumble of a relationship. I want to see the emotional breakdown of a relationship, okay? I want tears. I want performance. I want pizzazz. If they can give and provide that, then yeah, I'll go. Xander! Hello. It's been so long. How are you? Quest 1v1 the DM. Sign me up. Because I'm more than happy to 1v1 the DM. More than happy. In fact, I will come prepared. You came up on my FYP. Hell yeah. How have you been? How's the DMing stuff going? How's the TTRPG stuff going? I saw in your Discord that you were bringing out like a new system or testing out a new system. How is that? I would honestly be more active if I had more time. Things have been crazy bread. And I just realized I still have some makeup on my face from yesterday. Whoa. Now I have mascara all over my finger. It's slow work, can't find playtesters. What, is there certain like days and times you're looking for playtesters, friend? And also, is it like a system agnostic kind of thing, or is it like a specific system? I know you like minimalist kind of stuff, so is it like an attachment for any system? Are you trying to run it a certain way? What's the deets? Llama says one quest was we had to stop a loan shark go after a relative who was originally deceased. Then we found out it was an actual shark. Damn. We had to convince the Undertaker to give up the ashes of the relative to break the loan/curse. Ooh. Okay, that's a little messy. It's not divorce messy, but it's messy enough. It's messy enough. You know? Ooh. Xander says, it's a super minimal system. The setting is a modern supernatural sci-fi noir fantasy. Interesting. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Do like me some supernatural. Sci-fi I'm not particularly a fan of, but to be fair, that's never stopped me from trying things before. So, if I don't want to make promises because my schedule's it's so fucked. It's so fucked sideways. But if there's like a particular weekend that you're wanting to run something, and you manage to find like a group of people, do let me know. What about I'm not sure if you still speak to them, her, I'm not sure. But I know that they were super into like the TTRPG testing stuff. But yeah. You far too busy for my little game? It's not a little game, and I do want to play because I miss you. I miss hanging out with you, and I miss playing games with you. But things have been... I've been going through a lot. Abusive housemates, moving, work, being impoverished. It's... Yeah. It's been... But the thing is, like, so my current TTRPG group aren't going to be playing until the latter half of February because their schedules suck. Their schedules effing suck. And it's slowly killing me inside. Because I just want to play, and it makes it really hard to try and get into character. We play so little. But if it's in the kind of like first 2 weeks of Feb and it's like a Saturday, I can be down. Wait. Before I make promises. Thank you for the rose. Thanks. Except for you, probably 3 weeks. Hey. I can come up with a character in 3 minutes. Watch this. I'm gonna play a little guy. Done. Don't need to know any other details. He's a little guy. He wears a top hat. His name's Steve, and he wants to be a baker. But everybody told him that he couldn't be a baker because he's... I don't know. Why can't someone be a baker? Maybe they just don't like his cooking. Maybe he just sucks at cooking. Steve wants to be a baker. He sucks at baking. Yeah. Astaroth, I've been trying to schedule D&D with my friends and I've been waiting for a year. I would give up at that point. I firmly believe that D&D or like any TTRPG that has a story needs to be played on a regular basis. And people can like drag me up for this. People can like bash me for this. It's not really a hot take. It's very much a lukewarm take. But I think if you're gonna play through a story, you need to do it frequently enough that people remember what's freaking going on, right? And if you don't play frequently enough that you remember what's going on, then it ruins the experience. You know? It wouldn't feel like you without a novella for a backstory. That's very true. That's very, very true. That's very, very true. We're so close, though. I need my brother to pick up the pencil. Punch your brother! Punch! I think what people don't realize is D&D is a commitment, and it needs to be played like at least once. I'm not gonna say once a month because I could never do that. At least once every 2 weeks. Consistently. It needs to, guys. It needs to. Also, Goldman, hello, buddy. How are you doing? How have you been? Also, thank you for redeeming your rock sugar boba. Thank you for checking in. Thank you. We still haven't started. Xander says, I've got the game just for you. I want to get back into playing TTRPGs. Having one table is killing me. D&D is best as a weekly Saturday night commitment. Completely agree. And the thing is, if someone was like, hey, I can give you a regular game, right? A regular game with all the storytelling and all the like vibes you want on a weekly basis, I would rearrange my schedule. I would rearrange my schedule to make sure I could make that. People don't understand. People just don't understand. It's genuinely killing me. It genuinely kills me. My game is designed to be able to pick up a session at a bar or diner, no frills. Rules fit on a business card. I like that. I like that because I feel like when you go to like a board game cafe, there's so much choice. And then you have to like, you get it, you sit down, you have to learn the rules. It like takes too long for me. If I'm going to be introduced to a new system, I would like for all kind of TTRPGs to come with a business card version where it's like, here's the minimalist version of what you're going to play. And then as you go along, you can pick up and add additional things later on. Narrative-driven, role-play-focused, fail-forward system designed to keep the story moving. Amen. Love that. Love that so freaking much. Goldman... Wait, hold on. Messages. Goldman says, I have been good, thanks, except last week I have been ill. No, Goldman. No ill, no sick. I give you big hugs. I send hugs your direction. Feel better soon. Hopefully the sickness does not come for you again this year. Ellery says, I've not played since Muses. I completely get that. I play with my a D&D table at the in-between, but we don't play enough. We don't play enough and it kills me inside. Because here's the thing. The reason why I'm complaining about the fact that we don't play enough is because we've been playing for it. So I'm playing a character that plays things very close to the chest. She's very, like, she doesn't really like sharing details about her backstory. She doesn't really like sharing details about herself. And the group is very much like, we're friends, we're besties. Like, you should tell us everything. Like, why are you not forthcoming? And I'm like, guys, I know we've been playing a year, but despite us playing a year, my character's only known you for like 2 weeks, and y'all have fucked up her life in several ways. Y'all have almost gotten her killed in several ways since then, and there's been no changes. There's been no development. There's been no want to change. So like, no, I know it's been a long time for us, but for our characters, it actually really hasn't. And I need you to just bear with me, because I would love to be forthright and share all the juicy details with you and have roleplay moments about what it means for, like, what it means for someone who never really had a good relationship with their body. What does it mean for someone who doesn't consider themselves a person? What does it mean? What does it mean? But I can't go into those details with you because I don't know you. Who are you? I don't know you. Anyways, that's my complaint. That's my thing. But yeah, Foxy, stop letting your internet die. Your internet is always dying, and I'm gonna have to beat you up. I'm gonna have to beat you up if your internet dies. Okay, get it together. Lock in. Xander says, I gotta stop doing that. You always get me going on and on about my products on your stream. Yeah, because your projects are cool. Your projects are cool, Xander. And I always want to give creatives, like my friends, creatives that I know, I want to give them the space to talk about the things they're working on, you know? It's not every day that, like, you get to talk about the thing that you're putting all your effort and hard work into. And I feel like, friggin' do it. Friggin' do it. What are you working on? I'm still waiting on your book of short stories. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no, you're still waiting on that book of short stories, huh? Yeah, I still remember my sad Japanese inspired man and the story that I want to write for him, and the story that I want to role play for him. I am writing. I am writing, I promise. I'm currently actually working on a story for the character in my current tabletop game. And it's going as well as I imagined it. I'm making a lot of edits. And then I thought it was ready, and then I read through it yesterday and I was like, no, this still needs work. So I'm currently working on that. It's a story about, it's like based in her backstory, like the inciting incident that kind of separated her, well, one of the inciting incidents that separated her from a person who essentially saved her life. And so she has to go out and navigate the world on her own. But it's about her relationship with... how to describe it? It's her relationship and connection to the living. And I know that sounds weird because technically she's the only person alive in the story and the only person whose perspective you really hear from. But just kind of how someone who is essentially is she a psychopath or a sociopath? Give me a second, I'm double checking. Okay, wait. Okay, so sociopaths are typically impulsive, erratic, and hot-headed. Okay, she's a psychopath then. She's a psychopath. So she was brought up to be a psychopath, or because of her upbringing, it led her to become a psychopath. And it's about her navigating the world in a way that, like, in a way that, like, people want her to navigate the world, and, like, how she processes that. I don't want to say how she feels about that because it's very difficult to say for psychopaths, but yeah. Also, FY5, hello. Been missing you. Been missing you too, friend. How you been? Xana says, wife's done with the doctor. Gotta get going now. I'll see you around. Finish a story. I am trying. I'm trying to finish a story. I promise you, I'm trying. It is very difficult to write a psychopath's perspective because I can't linger on emotions. I can only linger on instinctive action and bodily sensations that she doesn't really understand. It's a whole thing. And I'm pretty sure the only person that's ever going to read this story is maybe Llama. So, I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to bring up all the things. Oh, it's a story, Lamau, my bad, I was lurking. No, that's okay. It's a D&D character, so it still counts, but it is a story. It's a D&D character who I'm writing a story for. But yeah, there's a lot. Usually I'm very poetic and like I like to lean a little on the purple prose and give you all these beautiful descriptions, but because of the perspective that we're seeing it through, I have to be very specific about my wording, and I have to be very specific about the moments I choose to linger on and how I navigate that story and moment. And so that's why it's taking me so long, because it's not just a simple so-and-so decided to fucking do a thing and now they're glad. No. But there are some parts, there are some lines where I'm like, okay, that hits. But then there are other parts where I'm like, oh, it's falling flat. I'm a huge critic of myself, so hey ho. Little Meat says, oh, I was half on track then. You were. And when I give it to Llama, I guarantee the response is gonna be, man, I hate this. This sucks. Your writing sucks. Never write again. Go hide in the bin, because that's where you deserve to go after writing. You suck. Everything you do sucks. Everything you say sucks. It all sucks. And I'm gonna be like, okay. And then I'm gonna write in my diary. Today, Llama told me that I suck. Ow! Why? Why you bonk? Do I need to fight Llama? I will say no. Don't fight Llama. He hasn't done anything yet. We have to wait for him to actually do that, and then you can fight. Change the name into Low Self-Esteem Bike. I do have low self-esteem. It's true. Excellentor says, my D&D character is a drow cleric of Hestia with a big backstory. Hell yeah. I love me a cleric. Clerics are so fun to play. What is your relationship with religion? How do you navigate that relationship with religion? Is religion different from other religions or religions that we've seen in real life? Or is it very telling of certain religions that exist in real life? What are the core beliefs? How far are they willing to go in order to encourage other people to take on their religion? It's so cool and fascinating. Friggin' love clerics. Drow cleric? Even more spicy. Drow have a whole bunch of lore connected to Lolth. Why aren't you a drow cleric of Lolth? How does Lolth feel about one of her own going to another god? There's so much! There's so much you could do. So much spice. So much pizzazz. So much seasoning, you guys. There's so much. Oh, I forgot to get lettuce. Sorry, I did my shopping earlier on today and I forgot to get lettuce. I wouldn't have anything to cut it with anyways, but... She was broken mentally by being sacrificed to Lolth by her parents for power. Whoa, I love that for her. Wow. Wow, that's a whole bunch of trauma right there. Her therapist is gonna have a field day. Her therapist is gonna be like, I'm sorry, your parents did what? Tell me more. How did that make you feel? How are you feeling now? The comfort of Hestia made her worship her and now tries to spread that comfort to all. Aww, cute. I love that. I love that it ties into something that your character
emotional
cares about, right?
damage.
Emotional damage. It's true. Because here's the thing with religion, right? I think a lot of people, because I have a lot of friends who are atheists. And I think as someone who was brought up in a Catholic household, and has spoken to a lot of people of religion and tried to understand their perspective of things, it's really, really interesting because people who are atheists seem to think that religion is easy. That you just believe in a thing that exists and it solves all your problems. But being a person of faith is actually really hard. Which is why not everyone does it, right? Not everybody follows religion. Not everybody goes to Sunday church. Not everybody, goes through the whole baptism, communion, confessions. Not everyone does that, right? Scar. I will call you Scar. Hello, and welcome. Hi. We're talking about religion. But not a lot of people realize how hard it is. That through trials and tribulations, people actually lean on their faith rather than move away from their faith. Or people have different... Because I had a friend who was like... kind of like on the fence about her religion. But it didn't mean that she had like... she was taking a break from it. Like, she still went to the mosque. She still did all the practices that were required of her by her religion. But mentally, she had, like, checked out. Because there were a lot of things that she needed to come to terms with. But that's part of the exploration. And it's so interesting. And then when people integrate it into that, like... Ooh, when you get a chance to like integrate that into D&D, it's like really, really cool, and you can have really cool moments. I just eat that shit up. I eat that shit up every time I play a cleric. I'm like, ooh, what's your relationship with God, and how does it make you as a person? Excellental says, I am an atheist though. Yeah, that's fine. Listen, I'm not saying atheists can't play. Atheists can't play clerics. You definitely can. But have some knowledge, at least before you go in. Because then you're just going to go in and expect everything to go your way. You know what I mean? Like, I remember playing at a table once. Guy was playing cleric. And I can't remember who was a cleric to. But he was just like, oh, well, my god will do that. Oh, well, my god will do that. Oh, well, my god will, like, let me cast this thing that I can't cast yet. Oh, my god will heal this village. And the thing is, like, because the DM was also, like, atheist and hadn't really done his research, he was just letting him. And I was like, I don't think you guys understand what the relationship between a god and, like, you don't have to be religious. And it's like you say, Excellento, research is important all the time. All of the time. All the time. Just a little bit of research. Little bit of research. Goes a long way. And, like, I don't know. I left them to, like, do what they need to. Because, like, they were having fun. But, like, for the rest of the table... it was just like, oh, so there's this guy who's a cleric and he gets to do whatever he wants because he has the power of literal God on his side. Cool. And he never gets hurt and he never, like, gets into danger because he has the power of God on his side. Cool. This is boring. This is boring. Like, part of the fun is danger and the struggle and conflict. And if you don't like danger, struggle, and conflict, D&D is probably not the game that you want to be playing. You might want to play something like Trash Pandas, or you might want to play something that's a little more friendly, where you're not fighting enemies and getting into political conflicts. D&D is full of those. It's full of those. You can't run away from it. So, it's interesting though. I like it. Scar says, you can call me FY because I'm FY from Clock App. Okay. Hello. Sorry, because your username's different on here, I got confused. But it's okay. I'm stuck. There we go. Wow. But yeah, I love D&D, you guys. I want to play more. Little Meat says, our paladin is led to some stuff by Yahweh, who he heavily worships. Do you mean like the player? The player, you know, is a I don't want to say follower, that sounds strange, but his faith lies in Yahweh, or that the character has faith and follows someone called Yahweh. Yes, the player. Oh, interesting. And a DM will give hints like the signs of God. That's so cool. Why? I can smell someone's cooking and it smells really freaking good. Yahweh is the actual law accurate God in our playthrough. That's really cool that the DM has integrated someone's actual religion into the game and doesn't do it in a way that feels too overbearing or overpowered. That is really, really cool, especially if they're playing a paladin and they need like hints or they need little kind of like a point in the right direction. It's not like a miracle. It's not a show of godly power, but based on how well he prays, etc. Wow, that's so cool. Hell yeah. Oh, it did change. FY, it did change. It changed. I can see it change. Look at stream. It changed on stream. At least for me. And he praises Yahweh for literally everything we do. But that's cool though. That's really awesome. That's good on your DM. Good on your DM for integrating that. I think if most I've just been at a lot of tables where people will bash religion. And I get it. You cannot like religion. That's perfectly fine. But for me, I am of the personal opinion that religion is not the problem. It is the people who follow it. And if you have a problem with religion, you most likely have a problem with the people who follow it. Because it is the people who redact certain bits of text. It is the people who... the reason why I found Catholicism so difficult to follow is because... What do you mean there's several different editions written by man? What do you mean multiple editions of the Bible were written by kings? You know, the people who don't have the interest of everyone at heart. What do you mean that this was published and then spread out to the impressionable public who, of course, are not going to see the devious nature of what it means to control the narrative because you're in a position of power? Yeah, that's my issue with religion. Religion itself is a nice sentiment. I actually like it as a thing that gives you hope. I think it's nice. I've explored Catholicism, Christianity, paganism. I was briefly a Wiccan. Like, I've done quite a bit of research into different religions, and don't even get me started on the level of research I did into angels and like Enochian and just like being interested in all of that. I was really interested in that, but for me, it's the people who follow religion, not the religion itself. For example, I really like the ritual practices of like Wiccan-esque like rituals and stuff. I really, really like them. I think they're cool. I think they're based on nature. And I did a bunch of research ages ago that before... not to get a little deep, but before slavery, a lot of the practices in the Caribbean, which is where my family is from, were nature-based. It wasn't thank you God, it was thank you sun, thank you trees, thank you grass, thank you soil, thank you to all the things in nature that help us feed ourselves and live and breathe. And I find that fascinating. Because if you were to speak about it in game terms, that's essentially like druids, right? Who take care of the land takes care of them back. That's awesome. So I don't know. I I think a lot of people are just ready to bash religion because they don't actually know anything about religion. I'm again, not a hot take, it's very lukewarm, but I think a lot of people who bash religion either have a lot of feelings towards it because they've been attacked by it personally, or have let how people interpret religion affect the viewpoint of the concept of religion itself. You know? And you know what, Foxy? You don't have to give a fuck about religion. That's fine. But you don't have to bash it. Right? It's a concept. It's not a thing. It's not a living, breathing thing. Right? And to me, most of the people who bash religion are actually incredibly uneducated in it. This all stemming from religion being used in D&D, by the way. But I have a lot of opinions. And bearing in mind, I just want to say again, I was brought up Catholic. And as Excellentor says amazingly on the Clock app, it's always important to be tolerant of all faiths, regardless of if you follow it or not. Exactly. I think I can be incredibly tolerant of a person's faith, but how they use it, if they weaponize it, that's when they lose me, right? But they lose me as a person. The religion doesn't lose me, right? Because, again, most of the texts have been translated from different languages, and as we are all aware, language loses meaning. There are some words in Japanese that don't have an expression in English. There are some words in Spanish that don't have an expression in English. And you're expecting something that was written in Arabic, Latin, to be translated to English and still remain the same? Come on, let's just use a bit of thinking there. FY says, naturism seems the most realistic religion though. It does, because before the concept of anything larger than ourselves, all we had before us was the things that helped us thrive, right? And we could go into a whole discussion about the importance of storytelling, which is what my whole channel's about, guys. Storytelling, it's what my whole channel, my whole concept's about. Like, the importance of storytelling through things like religion, through passing down lessons, through all sorts of things that help us be who we are today. And without it, we wouldn't have progressed as far. It is the imagination of humanity that allows them to thrive. And that imagination is what leads to religion. Not to say that it's not real, but people will see signs and will see miracles in everyday life and will interpret that in a certain way. You know? Anyways, I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Back in my college days, when I was in college, literally me being the atheist of the group, my Christian friend, my Catholic friend, my like Muslim friend, we had like several people in our group of different religions. We will all meet up after school and have these kinds of discussions, essentially. And we would compare and contrast like the differences and the similarities in our religions. And it was so insightful. We didn't have to do that. We could have just gone home. We could have just gone home and like watched like, I don't know, Teen Titans or something. But we sat down and we had these discussions because we were genuinely curious. And I feel like that probably wouldn't happen nowadays. I feel like a group of people who were friends wouldn't be like, oh, you're this religion? Well, I don't agree with this. People are very they're very much wanting to be like on the higher ground and be like, well, my religion says this and your religion says that, so I don't want to talk to you. Like, crazy. Just have a discussion, honestly. It will make you better as a person. It will help you grow. Soraru says, I didn't know you were an atheist. I thought you were agnostic. I was atheist back then. I am currently agnostic. So I think there's something out there. Aliens, God, something must exist. We cannot be the only form of life in this world. But I have no confirmation of it, and I have no information about it. So that's kind of my stance. But again, when it comes to naturism, which I believe FY was bringing up before, I have taken like a big interest in that. And also the way religion works, like for example, in my VTuber lore and the writing that I'm doing for my VTuber lore, it's very interesting. It's very interesting how it functions and works. Because the history of it is very fragmented. It's very I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much without spoiling, regardless of the fact of whether I think I'm going to finish it in time for you guys to read it. That's if you guys read. I don't know if you guys read. FY says, also, I touched the real stone yesterday. As I'm now living in Japan, I touched the stone Tanjiro broke in half. Ooh, cool. Hell yeah. I want to touch stones. I want to go to Japan and touch stones. I don't have any money this year. I'm saving up for a trip to the America, in which I'm not gonna lie, you guys. With everything with ice going on, I'm not feeling confident. I'm not feeling good about heading to America this year. I'm not feeling particularly great. And also, yeah. See, that's the reaction I get from every single person that I've told, including my mother. And the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of terrified to go, because day after day, stories are coming out, and it's not good. It's not good. And as much as I would like to be like, yes, but I'll be surrounded by friends who could protect me. No. That, I'm pretty sure none of my friends are bulletproof. And, if they are, they certainly haven't told me. So, yeah, there's a lot that I have to... Yeah, there's a lot that I have to weigh up. And it's really tricky as well, because at first my only concern was like, okay, is it near a sundown town? Is it near a sundown town? Because those are still active in the US, and I need to make sure that I'm not near one. So that I can be safe and not have a terrible experience. But then everything with ice was really, really bad before anyways, but it's just progressively getting worse, and I don't really know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm just kind of sitting in a stasis of panic. But I don't know. There's nothing, that's the thing about it. It's like there's nothing I can do to protect myself. Honestly, Asta, your safety is more important. I know, but like it's a friend's wedding. And it's a friend that I care about very, 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 very much, and it's a friend that I love very, 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 very much. And I want to be there for her happy day, which is why I'm I'm so on the fence about it. I think if it was any other scenario, I'd be like, guys, I'm not doing that this year. I'd be like, guys, I'm so sorry, but I cannot. It's, you know, oh, it's a wedding? Well, if it's in a controlled environment, then maybe you'll be all right. That's what I'm thinking. Do you see why I'm on the fence? Do you see why I'm on the fence? Because I'm thinking, like, okay, all I have to worry about is me getting there. And me... Oh, FY, see you later, see you later. It's really late for me now, like 4:45 a.m. Oh my god, go to sleep. Go to sleep, baby. Go to sleep, FY. But it was nice vibing with you. Sending lots of hugs. Good night, sleep tight, and only let the demoness bite. That's me. Bye, 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 bye. Transport, lodging, food. Yeah, so for me, I'm like, okay, one, I have to take a plane, which I don't like flying, but I will go to the doctors and figure that out if I go. The next thing is going from the airport to wherever I'm staying. Is the area that I'm staying in safe? How frequently have ICE been hitting up the streets near that area? You know, like, am I gonna be protected in that area? Then my intention was to stay for a week. Now, in my brain, I was like, okay, but if I'm like with friends and it will be fine, but I'm also having to think, like, everybody drives everywhere and ICE are just turning up everywhere. Fuck ICE, by the way. I don't know if you saw my fucking X Twitter post, but a lot of VTubers are struggling to say that. They're like, not to get political. Shut the fuck up. Fuck ICE. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they're allowed to get away with it. And I saw the statement from President Trump and I don't even want to think about it. I saw it and I literally just, I had to ask my mom to turn off the TV because that man makes me so angry. But when it's people's lives, fuck not wanting to get political. Here's the thing. People in this world do not throw a tizzy, do not throw, you know, and rightfully so, Excellenta, if it, you know, peeves you off to no end. People in this world, unless it directly affects them, they have the luxury to not pay attention. So whenever I was talking to my friend Danielle about this, actually, the other day, and I was saying how a lot of people that I speak to who are, you know, white or unaffected by the things that are going on currently, they will turn around and be like, oh, the news is really depressing. I don't watch the news anymore. And they don't realize that that's a luxury. You getting to prioritize your mental health so that you don't have to see the horrible things that are happening in the world. That is a luxury. Because some of us have to sit glued to our televisions because we might be next. Our families might be next. Our friends might be next. Ignorance is not a thing we can choose because ignorant means being killed. Right? Ignorance means losing your life unnecessarily. Not to say that people are losing their lives necessarily now, but you get what I mean. Not knowing, like, for example, if I stopped looking at news, I wouldn't know that in certain areas of America, there are certain signals that people use on their whistles to symbolize whether ICE are approaching, whether ICE are trying to take someone, and whether we need to form a barricade, whether, like, there are certain signals with that one whistle, and you wouldn't even think of it. And I wouldn't know that if I was ignoring the news. I wouldn't know that if I was not paying attention. And that, to me, I don't know. Again, people have the luxury and they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear that it's a luxury because, oh my God, my mental health. And they don't realize that some people can't do that. Some people can't prioritize their mental health. They just have to kind of get on with it. Sordodu says, I got into an argument. Oh, sorry. There we go. Wait, hold on. I'll read the stuff that you said above, which is, if you have a platform, sometimes you have to do the due diligence to speak the proper message for the greater good of the community. Absolutely. Absolutely. But a lot of these VTubers are people unaffected. People unaffected. They love, and this is the thing, a lot of I feel like I say this so many times, and it maybe is the reason why I can't grow as a VTuber, but I don't really care. I know that I'm opinionated, and I know that it probably doesn't make me marketable as a person, but a lot of the white people in the community love to borrow from other people's cultures. VTubing started in Japan, right? And a lot of them like to take on the culture of it. The uwu voices, the kind of the culture of it, the wotege, the performances, the lives, structuring their streams around that. They love to steal that. But then the moment it comes to being an active community member and actually speaking out so that your POC friends don't get killed, it's, oh, but I'm not political. But I'm not political. Girl, you are a performative art piece. You are political. Any creative industry is automatically political. That's just it. You cannot hide. Also, Excellentor, you just sit there. If your dog is sleeping on your lap, you just sit there. You cannot disturb the puppo, otherwise that makes you a really mean person. You are trapped now at the will of the doggo. And then Sordodu says, I got into an argument in our neighborhood app because I mentioned how someone tearing down a murdered by ice memorial was posted on an abandoned building, and because I said only a monster would go during a snowstorm and tear this down, I got reported. I mean, that's intentional. You're telling me during a snowstorm you chose to go and destroy a memorial? What? Sordodu says it's a privilege to turn a blind eye, which is why you shouldn't turn a blind eye to this behavior. Absolutely correct. Completely agree with you. Completely agree. Completely agree. But again, people are just, I don't know, people are just wild. Sordodu says, I do think the people who say I'm not political are worse than a political party that wants to do nothing but harm for the sake of doing it. I think so as well. I think the people who say I'm not political are the kind of people that I genuinely don't want to keep around me, because my entire existence is political. If you're not political, how are we friends? How are we talking to each other right now? When I have to deal with a bunch of things happening in the world about my rights as a person, what are you going to do? You're just going to sit there and be like, oh, that's a shame, and then go back to your regularly scheduled programming? I don't get it. It's kind of crazy. Even the whole, like, Palestine thing, like, that's still going. That's still ongoing. And there were people who were like, oh, the news is really depressing. I don't want to hear about Palestine. I'm just going to ignore it. Wow. I'm so happy that you are showing yourself right now. Because you know what's really funny? They're also the same people who will look at history and see the terrible things that happen and be like, oh, who would stand by and let that happen? You would. You would. You would stand by and let that happen. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people don't want to hear that, like, during the Holocaust, you would do nothing. You would. You would do nothing. Because you're so comfortable sitting, hiding in your glass house. Hiding when there are people in need. And I'm not saying that you need to be a ultimate activist and you need to go to protest and you need to do all these things. Obviously, that's incredibly helpful. It's incredibly helpful for being on the front lines, but some people aren't built for that. I know for me, I'm not built for going to protests. One, I don't do well in crowds. I get incredibly overwhelmed. My thing is spreading the news through word of mouth, telling as many people as I can, sharing articles, educating friends. That's what I do. Making sure that misinformation is not making its way across the people who I keep close. That's what I do. So people who feel like they have to be in the action, that's not what people are asking you to do. But having a bit of consideration for people who are suffering. Empathy goes a long way. And people very quickly, for the sake of, and I hate to say it, mental health, like to lean on apathy. And I don't do that. I can't do that. I'm too emotional a person to get to apathetic when it comes to other people's lives. Sordu says, when I was in high school and early college days, I used to say I'm not political, but it took, unfortunately, too long for me to realize that there's no middle ground. For fuck's sake, I used to have a white friend who'd constantly say the N-word, and I'd let it slide because that was my friend until I checked that behavior. Yeah, you gotta nip it in the bud. You gotta nip it in the bud. I don't think any one of my white friends would have the confidence to come to me and use the N-word. I think if any of them even felt like saying it, if any of them even got the urge to say it, I don't even have to be in the room, but if that even happened for one moment, you're gone. You're gone. Because the only people who have the urge to say it, or that word comes up for them like accidentally and they slip, those people use it in their normal conversations all the time, because otherwise why would that word pop up? And for me, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can take that behavior and you can go elsewhere, because I'm not that bitch. Excellental says, do you know Daz? I do not know Daz. Who is Daz? Daz. Who is Daz? I do not know a Daz. To be fair, I don't know a lot of people. I'm good with faces, I'm not good with names. But yeah. Sorry to get onto a topic that was, you know, a little too dark, but because I am visiting the US or intending to visit the US, it's a very tricky decision for me, and I feel like, again, I was speaking to my friend Danny about this yesterday. A lot of people that I talk to about it don't really understand why it's a difficult decision. So the reaction I'll get from telling a white friend that I'm going to the US is very different from the reaction I'll get from telling a POC friend that I want to go to the US. A POC friend will be like, what the fuck are you thinking? A white friend will be like, oh my god, that's so cool, that's so nice, whereabouts are you going? Which I guess kind of shows. It kind of shows just like, I wish, and again, I told my friend Danny this, I was like, I wish I could be in that state of unbothered. I wish I could be in that state of, not obliviousness, but like, no stress, no fear, right? I wish that I can navigate everyday life and not have to worry about anything like that, you know? I wish I could plan a trip to America and just be like, yeah, heading to the US of A. Gonna bag me some barbecue and go to the beach and, I don't know, maybe head to a shopping center. Like, I would love for it to just be that chill, but it is not. And that's the thing, I'm not the only person who's going through that. Exlantor says Daz is an influencer in Britain with a lot of humor that helps a lot of people. Why does that sound familiar? At least his name does. Who is Daz? Daz, baby. Is it Daz Games? Oh, I think I've seen this guy. Daz Black? Daz Games? Daz Black? Daz Games. Both of them are popping up. I feel like I might have seen him before. Not too sure though. He's like comedian? Exlantor has said he's spoken about how people of his age use ignorance like a shield and emotions as an excuse. He said to people of his generation that everyone gets hurt and that people learn from pain. Yes, Daz Black and Daz Games are the same guy. It's very true. My family have this saying that say, those who can't learn feel, or those who can't hear. Yeah, those who don't learn feel, right? Which is essentially like saying, if you're not going to learn your lesson from this one example, you're going to feel it in the future. And you would have saved yourself a bunch of pain, a bunch of emotional distress if you had just learnt from this one situation. And I feel like a lot of people just aren't. They don't get that. They don't get that. And it's true. A lot of ignorance is used like a shield, and emotions are used as an excuse. And it's because we come from, not to get into sociology here because I didn't really study it, but the one concept that I did learn of sociology is that there is a difference between like a society that functions like a community and a society that functions based on the individual. And a lot of the West is an individualistic society, which means that everybody is out for themselves. Everybody is trying to live their own life. Everybody is out for themselves. Nobody wants to kind of collaborate and work together as a community to help the village thrive. I put village in quotation marks. They care more about where they're going in life, what their career is, what savings they have. They don't care about sharing that because why would they, right? And then you have places like in Africa that are based on community. So, you know, the saying where it's like it takes a whole village to raise a child. That is incredibly true, because you kind of see it in a lot of Black communities where, for example, I have a lot of aunts and uncles who aren't actually directly in the family, right? I have a lot of aunts and uncles who aren't biologically my aunts and uncles. However, because my family come from Jamaica and it's a very kind of community-driven society, it takes a whole village to raise a child. Anyone who has children, anyone who's going through something, you rely on your neighbors, you rely on your family, you rely on your friends, you rely on the people around you, and that net is that web of community that's weaved. It's significantly bigger than what we have in the West, right? So I have aunts who more like I go to their birthdays. Like, I've known them my entire life. I am not biologically like connected to these people, but they are my family. Because they've been there for me the entire time. I remember when and it's so silly as well. I remember for my 18th birthday, I wanted to have a ball. I wanted to have a little ball because at my school they didn't really have a prom, and I was really upset about it, and I didn't really want to do like a sweet 16 kind of deal. I just wanted to have like a masquerade ball because I am obsessed with fantasy and I wanted to have it, right? And of course my mom is a single mom, and I have my siblings and my nan and my biological aunt, but we're gonna need more help. So my aunts who are not my aunts, who are my aunts, did all the cooking, did all the like food prep. They organized my cake. They helped me and my mom find a place that sold dresses for prom. So specifically ones that came in a gothic black, because I was going through my goth phase at that moment in time. They did my hair. They sorted out the alcohol. They helped a massive amount to that party. My downstairs neighbors, who, again, like, I don't call them aunt or anything, but they've known me since I was a child. They are from, I believe, Pakistan. One of their daughters, who again I've known since childhood, was like, I'm a photographer. I can do photography at your party. We can have like a little booth where people can get pictures taken and we can have props. Everybody came together, and I know this is a very whack example, I guess, but like everybody came together to make sure that my birthday party was like an enjoyable one. And not many people would do that outside of, I will say, outside of the Black community, right? So I don't know, like, I think back to that day, and again, like, I'm kind of like excuse the phrasing, but I'm kind of like a black sheep in my family, right? I was into emo music, I was into anime. They didn't really get me. They didn't really understand me. And yet, my mother got assistance from a friend to find a DJ who would play Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco. And it's just all these little pieces coming together to make sure that this thing happened, and it happened well. And obviously we ran into a bunch of problems, because like, who the fuck do you think you are having a masquerade ball for your 18th birthday? But like, at the end of the night, we all had freaking fun. And it was great. It was a great time. And that's the thing, like, I never really see that effort anywhere else, because outside of communities that haven't grown up. Again, all my family, my aunts that are not my aunts that are my aunts, they're all from Jamaica. They're all from the Caribbeans before they moved to the UK. So a lot of that culture came with them, right? Whenever we had a birthday party, we wouldn't go to the shop and get a cake. We were going to Auntie down the street and being like, you make really good cakes. Are you free? Whenever we wanted to get our hair done, we went to my aunt's. We went to Anne's to her hairdressing shop, and we would be like, I know you're really busy. Can you fit my kid in? And they would do it. I remember my mom getting her hair done in this packed hairdressers whilst me and my aunt, who's not my aunt, who is my aunt, and her kids were playing in this like underground like tunnel basement area playing tag whilst my mom was getting her hair done. It's again, I feel like these are really small moments, but I didn't realize until recently that those are moments of community. Those are moments of not having to do everything on your own. And like for my mom, who again is a single mother, I think it was so important to have that. And I'm glad that she came from the place that she did, which is Jamaica, because it taught her the people that she could rely on if she needs anything. Obviously, you know, she can't rely on people for everything, and people are unreliable and blah, 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 right? But as a base example, we need more of that as a society. We need a genuine community with foundations in wanting to help each other. I think people are so convenienced by being able to say, well, I'm not really a social person, so I don't really want to do this thing. Even something as small as like, I don't like this game, so I don't really want to play with you. Like, just do it. You're not doing it for yourself, by the way. And this is what I mean by individualistic thinking. Thinking of yourself. Oh, what am I getting out of this? Don't think about that. Think about the person who's asking you, the reason why they're asking you, and how happy it would make them that you're there. Right? I feel like a lot of people just don't care. They don't care. And it's really sad, because I think if they just took that step to becoming a better community, a lot of problems would be solved, I'm not gonna lie. Little Meat says, a masquerade ball sounds hella cool. Thank you. I was at college at the time, so we hired out a little hall, which was newly refurbished, and they hired out the hall once after we hired it. And apparently the people who came after us left it in such a state that they never hired it out again. So like, I've been wanting to use that hall again, and it's just, we can't use that place anymore. But it was really cool. I think I still have the dress somewhere. I don't know if I have it with me at my current place, but I'm pretty sure it's with my mom. Yeah, full on Bridgeton. I had like a corset ball gown that was black with like diamantes sewed into it. And then I had my hair up in like a Regency style bun. And then all my friends from college, because when I told them like, oh, it's a masquerade ball, they were like, oh, so we just need to bring a mask, right? I said, no. I said, if you don't come in a dress, you don't come in a suit, or you don't come in some kind of formal attire, I will not be letting you in. I was like, for pictures, I really just need you guys to lock in. I need you guys to lock in so that we can like have like a really formal thing. Bring a mask. If you don't have a mask, I will buy spare ones, but I really want this to be executed properly. Do I have photos? I have photos somewhere, because literally, as I mentioned, my friend, my neighbor, she took the pictures for us. I had a 3-tiered cake. I'm trying to think of whether that was my Vampire Diaries cake, or no, it wasn't my Vampire Diaries cake. I had a 3-tier cake, and then at the bottom tier of the cake there was a black mask with white like swirls on it. Unfortunately, the cake caved in towards the back because supports weren't put in properly, but it's fine because you couldn't see it. But yeah, it's it was really good. I will try and find pictures of the Masquarade ball and a picture with everyone together. But it was really funny. Like, my mum got a red carpet. My mom's so extra. My mum, I didn't ask for this, by the way, but my mum got me a red carpet with those like roped gates, those roped gates that you can get, like the rope in the stands. So she rolled the red carpet from the entrance into the center of the hall. And I, despite me arriving earlier than everybody else at the party, I was just helping with setup. After that, I had to wait around a corner. And then when everybody arrived, I had like this... I had this like moment where I walked in my like big swooshy dress. It was so extra. It was so extra. I don't regret it for a moment, though. I don't regret it for a moment, because I've never had that opportunity to do that again. And you know what? Whatever. I had. Thank you. Wait, hold on. Let me find it. Me literally walking down the aisle like, hi guys. Oh my god, Nikita, it's so nice to see you. Hi, Holly. You guys look great. Just me like, hi, hey, how's everybody getting on? Hey, how's it going? Oh my god. Genuinely. I would love to throw something like that again. Because it was really fun. And just everybody else. Thank you for the headbands. Thank you. Thank you for the headbands. Hell yeah, dude. Never regret those types of events. I like being extra for my birthday. You know, I like being a little extra. Just a tiny bit, you guys. Just a tiny bit, you know? I think my birthday after that, we had a medieval barbecue. Again, I don't know how no one noticed my obsessive fantasy, but it was at my aunt, who's not my aunt, who is my aunt. It was at her house because my Airbnb tried to rip me off, cancelled last minute, so they offered us their house, which was really, really nice. And they had jerk chicken, they had potato salad, they had like, it was a full-on Jamaican barbecue, and we had casks of ale. We had casks of ale, and we had casks of hobgoblin, and I bought like tankards for everyone to like drink out of, and it was a small intimate thing, but it was still fun. My ex came to that party. I don't know why he came. He shouldn't have come, damn bastard, but I had a great time. I don't know why my ex was there. I don't know who told him to show up. Being like, hey, by the way, happy birthday. I was like, I want to kill you. Why are you here? Anyways, that's tea for another time, you guys. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about why my ex was at my birthday party. Let's not talk about that. And then I did archery. I did archery, in which I dressed up as a pretty autumn elf and shot a longbow. So, yeah. It was really fun, though. I do want to kind of go back to archery again, because that was great. Yeah. We went to archery, and then, when I was booking the place, I was like, are you, like, is there any kind of, like, outfit requirement? And they were like, oh, as long as it's not this. And I was like, how would you feel if we came dressed up, like, fantasy-like? And they were like, oh, like D&D? And I was like, you know D&D? Yes, like D&D. Yes, I'm gonna be an elf. I was like, it's my birthday and I'm gonna be an elf. And they were like, oh, well, specifically for your booking, we'll get our in-house DM to run your session. And I was like, you guys have an in-house DM? And it's like, yeah, he runs the D&D campaign for like some of us here. But we'll get him to like do your session. And I was like, thank you. I was like, thank you so much. Thank you for understanding the assignment. I'm really happy right now. I appreciate you dealing with my obscene requests. Sorderu says, no, Asta, I have ginger tea on the stove. Spill it right now. Listen, that man was a terrible bastard, okay? We don't like him. We don't want him. He ruined me in ways that I cannot even describe because Twitch would ban me if I said so. And I also don't want to trigger anyone. He's just a bad guy. He's a bad guy. And when I told him that because of what he did, I was going to therapy and was super depressed, he said, "Aw, too bad, so sad." And then he dumped me because I was too bad, so sad. So yeah, we don't like this man. This man is a terrible man. He's a man that needs to go in the bin, set on fire, and sent to the deepest trenches of the ocean that exist. Terrible man. Throw the whole man out. Get rid of man. Get rid of man. Straight in the bin. Damn, he sounds awful. Where does he live? I don't know anymore. I don't know. I'll call my uncles in the pizza shop. Please do. Please do. If you guys would like to use your technological powers to hunt him down and take him out, I'll look the other way. You guys can do whatever you want. You have free will. I'm just a little moving avatar. I can't really do it. Look at me. I'm moving. I can't do anything. I'm at the will of the universe. I'm just a little guy. Be careful of what you say. Yeah, listen, you guys can do whatever you want with your free will. I will not tell you whether or not you should go and find this man. I will not tell you whether or not what you do with this man when you find him. But, yeah. Just, yeah. Yeah. Sorderu says, you'd be surprised how easy it is to track someone. Of course, you have no say, or anything in what would happen to this random man. Yeah, this random man that I do not know. It's like that Kiki Palmer bit where she's like, I do not recognize that man. If I were to see him in the street, I would not recognize this man. I don't even know who this man is. Sorry to this man. That's exactly how I feel. Sorry to this man. Dear Twitch, we have free will and will never be influenced in any bad ways by our demoness. Thanks for reading. Exactly. What a nice little letter. That I will send directly to them as proof. But yeah, terrible man. But either way, this is my sign to be incredibly extra with your birthday. Be incredibly extra. Rely on community, build a strong community, which I've been trying to do for eons. a place where you can rely on people and trust people, and they will provide you with support. It might not be the support that you need, but it will be a kind of support that you can then use in the future, you know? I think it's good to have just a basis of community. I haven't actually had a birthday party or anything since I was like 15. Throw one! Throw one, throw one, throw one! Do it! Even if it's just you and 2 friends going to do something absolutely frickin' bonkers. Like skydiving indoors. Even if it's just like super niche and you're like, why would I want to do this? Just do it. I promise you the memories stay. You know? It makes for such good memories. Sodoru says, you have a strong community of friends. Hell family. Yeah, hell family. And the thing is, in my VTubers lore, there's a lot about community. There's a lot about kind of the influence of community and what it means to carry the, I guess, carry the hopes, carry the dreams of community forward. Generational, like when you're like a lot of people who are like firstborn in the country, and a lot of family put like hopes and dreams on them because they couldn't go after those dreams themselves. Like what that means, how that manifests, what that symbolizes, what kind of pressure that puts you under. There's a lot that I want to explore with this story if I ever finish it eventually one day. There's a lot. Will I get to it? Who knows? Who frickin' knows? Not me. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. If you were to ask me, hey, when are you gonna finish your lore? When are you gonna finish your stories? When are we gonna see your stories? I'd be like, I don't. Listen, Xander, who popped into chat earlier on, Xander has been my friend for years. Xander's been asking for short stories about my D&D characters for years. I still have not worked on them. Xander still has not read. Sonoru says, I want to remember the story of my demoness before I reach my deathbed. It's raining outside. I will try and finish writing my lore, my stories before you guys reach your deathbed. I'm really trying, you guys. I just want it to be perfect. I want it to be really good. I'm gonna try and find... Do you know what? Wait, I think I read it to you. Yeah, I think I read it to you. I don't need to read it to you again. There's a story that I was working on ages ago, and then I kind of scrapped it because I was like, I don't want to work on this anymore. I don't think it's good enough. But there's a story. I'm pretty sure I've read it to you guys. About the Ender Silk. And that name will probably not mean anything to anyone here. Please ask the late night reads. Okay, so here's the thing. When we were talking about it in the books and quills chat, I am planning that. I am planning that content. I want it to be very immersive. I want it to be very cozy. So there's a lot of assets that I need to like try and get together, and I want to make it like work, you know? And then for the first book, that I'll do like a late night reading of, I think I'm going to start with something that's a classic. So it might be Frankenstein, it might be Dracula, it might be, I'm trying to look at my bookshelf. I don't want to start off with anything too depressing, you know? But and then what I'll do is that when I have the VOD, I'll make it like a playlist, so at least if you miss a stream, you can then watch it back and have that in the background as like a sleep aid. We back. Welcome back, Tog. But I'm gonna try and read what I have currently on my bookshelf. Give me 1 second. We have Dr. Faustus. We have Lolita. We have Jane Eyre. We have a children's book called Anastasia Has the Answers. We have a series of poems by Christina Rossetti. We have The Tempest, The Bloody Chamber and Other Stories, which is very Grimm's fairy tale. Maybe we can start with that, but it is Grimm's fairy tale, so maybe we don't start with that. There's a book from Susan Hill called The Hand. I'm pretty sure that's a horror. Then have The Flowers in the Attic. I'm pretty sure that's got child abuse. Then have Wuthering Heights. Pretty sure that has very questionable themes. We then have Frankenstein. We have The Great Gatsby. We have Never Let Me Go. We have Paradise Lost. We have The Odyssey. We have Kindred by Octavia Butler. Do you know what? Oh, my model broke. I broke my model. If we ever get the chance, I would love to read to you guys Kindred by Octavia Butler. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna read you, and this is like by a Black author. I want to read you the blurb because I think for educational purposes, it's really dark, but for educational purposes and for introducing some people in chat to like Black fantasy, can it be considered Black fantasy? It kind of is, but I'm just going to read it, right? So, on her 26th birthday, Dana and her husband are moving into their apartment when she starts to feel dizzy. She drops to her knees, nauseous, then the world falls away. She finds herself at the edge of a green wood by a vast river. A child is screaming. Wading into the water, she pulls him to safety, only to find herself face to face with a very old-looking rifle. The next thing she knows, she's back in her apartment, soaking wet. It's the most terrifying experience of her life, until it happens again. The longer Dana spends in 19th century Maryland, which is a very dangerous place for a Black woman, the more aware she is that her life might be over before it's even begun. You find this out in the first chapter, but this woman moves into an apartment with her husband, experiences these dizzy spells, and gets transported back in time to slavery days in Maryland. Slavery days in Maryland. And she has to navigate. It's very interesting. She, as a modern woman, has to navigate her standing in because she keeps going back in time, and if she doesn't achieve the things that she needs to in that timeline, there is a chance she may not be born. So it's this very interesting book, and it's very well written. There are certain scenes that are very triggering and very intense, but it is... I remember initially reading this book and being a little thrown off by it, because I don't tend to like books like this, but It's beautiful. Maryland, yeah. It's essentially an isekai, but she didn't die. She has these headaches. So she's bouncing between these two timelines. She's bouncing between these two timelines and having to navigate. And the thing is, she can't control it, you guys. She can't control it. So she gets this headache and she's teleported back to Maryland during the 19th century. And then she doesn't know when she's going to be able to leave again. Which then brings a whole other wave of emotions for her as a black woman. And again, I would love to read this book to you. It is very... Again, it is a little... There are moments where it's a little dark. It's just... And her relationship with the child as well, because the child doesn't really have any concept of what's happening or the implications of slavery and things like that, right? So it's a very good book. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I finished it. I weeped. It was a very good book. If you guys would like to hear me read it, I'm more than happy. It is only... Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second. Girl, where is your last page? Oh, it's only 293 pages. I'm hearing double astas. You probably have me in a tab somewhere. 295. Four astas. You shouldn't be hearing 4 of me. There's only 1. Oh, okay. Oh, Simpsons joke, don't worry. Okay, see, this is me. This is me heckin'. Yeah. But yes, Octavia Butler. Right, now I get up again and read you the rest of the books. Give me a second. Okay, we have Double Indemnity by James M. Cain. We then have Mary Barton. Also have Northanger Abbey. Then have Adonis. Alistair Prometheus Unbound. Then have Much Ado About Nothing. We have The Songs of Innocence and of Experience. We have The Chocolate War. We have Jules Verne, which is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. We have The Complete Tales of H.P. Lovecraft, The Race of the Bastard. We have another edition of Frankenstein. Ooh, we have Enduring Love. I broke my model again. We have Enduring Love, you guys, which is about a stalker, like a male stalker, and how, like, the guy deals with the stalker and, like, their relationship, and it's like, really wild. It's really fucking wild. Then have The Kite Runner, which I will not read for you guys, because that story is really depressing, and there's a lot of triggering themes. Educating Rita, which is a play. We have Dance on My Grave. Have The Turn of the Screw and Other Stories. We have Grimm's Fairy Tales, and then we have Dracula. We also have What Doesn't Break. We have What Doesn't Break, which is Bell's Hell's Critical Role story that follows the backstory for Lordna. I have The Heavenly Tyrant and the first book that I can't remember the name of. Oh, so many books. What's it called? The Gambit, the Royal Gambit, the Thieves Gambit, and then we have Heist Royale, which are both POC written books. And then we have the Folk of the Air series, which is based off fairy. But these are more moving into less traditional books. I'm not hearing any Brando Sando in there. Because the first book I'm going to be doing for this series is going to be something classic. So it will most likely be from the first list of novels that I read out to you. So it's going to be something classic, not modern. And then we'll move on to something modern afterwards. But just so that everybody kind of get into the vibe. I missed that part. That's okay. That's okay. I know you want me to read the Mistborn series. I have it on my list. Do not worry. I have heard you loud and clear. It is on the list of suggestions. I've taken note. I've taken note. A part of me wants to read A Court of Thorn and Roses purely so I can be judgmental about it. Fairies are scary, fays are worse. Oh yeah. The Folk of the Air stories have been a recent obsession and are very good. They're very enjoyable. At least I think so. It's great. Girl, let me tell you. My wife and I share a Kindle library. My recommendations are fucked. Oh no. Oh no, bud. Oh, bud. Wait, isn't that book a smut book? I mean, I don't know. I literally do not know enough about the book series to know whether it's smut. I have a gripe with certain romantasy books, and I need to know whether it's as well written as everybody's making it out to be. Asta trying to read smut on my Christian racist video game app? How dare you? I'm sorry, but you needed to be exposed to smut sometime, okay? I can't protect you from everything, but I will expose you to everything, unfortunately. Get smut! Get smut, fool! Tog says, I can't leave my Kindle sitting out because it has lock and home screen ads and it's always a beefy shirtless dude. That's crazy. I mean, I love me a bit of romantasy, love me a bit of fantasy. I remember when everybody was obsessed with Hush Hush, okay? I remember when everybody was obsessed with Fallen Angel books, okay? I remember that era. But yeah, I don't know. A Court of Thorns and Roses just seems like smart. And I feel like, from what I've heard, none of the engaging points of like political tension or like world building actually matter. It's just about them getting together and fucking. So I want to read for myself. Sordo says, bruh, my mother used to read this one author named Ashley something, and I had my older sister let me know that those books were the original smut. My mom had literally a library amount of those old smut books. You know the books my mom used to pass down to me? She used to have these old books, and I'll try and find them, but I think they're in storage still. She used to have these books about sick kids. And so, like, I remember picking up one of the stories because she was like, oh, yeah, it's really good. And it's a story about a girl who, and she's, like, super young. She's, like, in, like, secondary school, primary school. But she's really young and, like, she has tuberculosis. And it gets to a point where she can no longer, like, live her life. And she's stuck in hospital and she falls in love with this guy who also is sick. And, like, it was just really sad. And I'm like, girl, I came here to read something happy. Why? Huh? What the heck? I will have to try and find that book. Isn't that A Fault in Our Stars? Nope. This book is way older than A Fault in Our Stars. And I'm pretty sure A Fault in Our Stars is, like, I think they have cancer. And it's only one of them, right? Or is it both of them? I don't know. But I just know that this book was just... And it's a children's book, right? It's not like made for adults or made for teens. Like this is a book that was targeted towards children. I suppose it was supposed to get them used to the idea of people who are terminally ill, but like terminally or chronically ill, but like it was just not what I was expecting. It was not what I thought would happen, I suppose. Either way. Right. But yes, I am figuring out. I am figuring out how I want to go about these late night reading ASMR. These ASMR streams. Because I do want to do them on the Tuesday, because Tuesday is typically after work. And it then also gives me a bit of time to cool down. I also get my reading in, and then I also get to share the stories with you guys. So we'll decide on a classic on a Tuesday. Oh my god, Asturmer. Oh, it's true, Asturmer. But I'll keep you guys updated. I know you guys were like, oh my god, the quality of stream like went up. It's because of my lighting, babies. And I want that same level of immersion to spread out across to the ASMR stream or the ASMR stream. And I want to, that's the thing, the whole setup to let a viewer see like where I'm on the page and things like that. I want to do that, but that would include like a whole top-down camera, and all sorts, and lighting so that you can actually read the pages, because the light in my room is quite dim, and that's extra money. So I'm taking it slow. And I think that's a cool idea. I think if it can be done digitally, so there's like a digital page, and then there's a software that we use at work for people who have autism or struggle like visually, like who are visually impaired and struggle with reading certain things. I'll need to see whether that's like publicly available. But that might, that might be helpful. But I'm not too concerned about the PDF part, because I know that's easy to find. It's the like highlighting the words as I read them, because that would require a software to be listening to me read it. It would also require my additions to be the same if I'm reading from a book physically as well. So yeah, there's a lot. I don't want to overcomplicate the process. I just want to like kind of get the basics down, which is setting the scene, setting the vibes, having good Asturama music, and then going from there. But yeah, if you guys are down for that, Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, my brain is melting. I don't know. Yeah. There's something else I wanted to mention too. At the end of this week, or in February, you will have a new emote. You will have a new emote too. That's cool. I don't know why I just remembered that, but there you go. You have a new emote. But yeah, I don't know what else I need for the reading setup. I think it's literally just settling on a book and then setting the scene. But it's fine. As you can see, I am experimenting. And soon you should be able to throw stuff at me. Where is... I don't know why it's not working. And it's driving me insane. It doesn't work. I'm pressing a button. Be love! Hello. Is she hurting herself? Hitting? I am! I'm trying to show you how it's supposed to work, but it's not working. The redeem isn't working. And there's little water bottles. I got water bottles when you guys redeem the water one. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. I even got bobas. It's not working. Hi, B-Love. I'm just hitting myself in the head. How are you, my love? How are you doing? As I stop hitting yourself, I can't help it. I can't help it. I must hit myself. I gotta awaken my brain cells somehow. Oh, stress. Tog says, okay, I gotta go grocery shopping. Gotta get some toaster waffles and stuff later, alligators. Bye. Have a good time. Have a good shopping spree. And yes, I hope you have a wonderful time outside. B-Love says, I'm hanging in there. It's good to see you. I missed you. I missed you too. It's been so long. Life has been a fucking mess. Life has been an absolute freaking mess. But hopefully, once I finish unpacking, I'm saying it so I can manifest it. Once I finish unpacking... Once I finish unpacking, then life will be stable again. But right now, I'm surrounded by more boxes than I am my actual items of self. We heard you the first time, love. It's not for you. It's for the universe. So that when I get things for storage, it will occur without problems. Because that's what's been stopping me from unpacking. I keep ordering things that I need and they keep arriving wrong. So then I have to return it and wait for the refund and then order it again. And then it arrived wrong the second time. So then I have to return it. I haven't done that yet and I'm waiting for the refund. But I ordered another thing and it came smaller than I expected. But it's fine. And I'm just going to deal with it. Anyways, that's enough about my problems. First world issues. Everything will be fine in the next couple of months. Hopefully. Hopefully. So, but how have things been for you? What have you been up to, beloved? If you guys don't know, oh wait, I know how to do it now. I know how to do it. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Shut up. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Everybody be quiet. Everybody, oh, you're so loud. Everybody, you're so loud. You guys are so loud. You're so loud. And for what? For what? You're so loud and you're speaking. And for what? Huh? Boom. Did I do it? No! It didn't work. No! Everybody shut up. Woo! If you guys didn't know, B-Love, amazing person, really talented, does karaoke streams sometimes, at least last I checked, and also plays video games, and is amazing, and a lovely person, and like, if you are to trust any VTuber that exists on the VTuber waves, B-Love is the person. Chill vibes, cool guy, amazing person. Please go and follow B-Love. If you do not follow B-Love, I don't want to be friends with you. Don't talk to me. Don't even acknowledge me. I don't want to know you. I don't want you anywhere near me. I will kill you on sight. I'm joking, I won't. But I will throw you in the bin. Go and follow B-Love. Oh my god, thank you. No, you. No, you. You're so cool and great and amazing. You're the best, Asta. This is why I missed you. You're wonderful and I love you so much. Ah, I love you too. Be love. Asta, you're going to get bit. Bit? By who? Who? Sonoru, have you followed B-Love? It's like one of those ads from the 90s, right? Where it's like, do you know where your kids are? Have you followed B-Love? Do you even know if you're following B-Love? Are you fucking following B-Love right now? Yes, I did. Good. Okay, good. I'm gonna double check. I'm literally, B-Love, if none of these mofos have followed you, tell me and I'll beat them up. Kindly. Gently. I'll beat them up gently. But I'm still gonna beat them up. I'll find out where you all live. And I will beat you up one by one. Ain't no snitch. Oh, B-Love. Y'all are lucky. B-Love's a ride or die. See? If you followed B-Love, you're protected. If you didn't, in the dungeons you go. Broken kneecaps. Broken butthole. You want a broken butthole? Go follow B-Love. Not that B-Love's gonna break your butthole. Sorry. I didn't mean to imply that. I meant if you don't follow B-Love, I will break your butthole. If you do follow B-Love, then your butthole is intact. I hope that cleared. I hope that cleared up any confusion. The B in B-Love stands for broken butthole. It does. You didn't know, but that's the secret. That's the secret that you have to unlock, and you wouldn't have unlocked it unless you met B-Love. See, guys, your lives are significantly better now because you've known B-Love for like 2 seconds. So what you're saying is that you will. I mean, maybe B-Love will, maybe I will. That's part of the surprise. Why would you want to know who's gonna break your butthole? Why would you want to know? It should be like a surprise. You know? I think that's the most delightful way for someone to break your butthole. As a surprise. I'm bad at gambling, but I'm all in. See, Sororo, this is why we need more people like you. Black Garuga's just sitting here like, what's going on? Why are we talking about buttholes? Because we can. Okay? Because we can. You guys are so lucky stream's ending in 5 minutes. You guys are so lucky. But I missed you, V-Love. I've missed you. When life is not crazy, we need to talk, we need to hang, we need to chill, play video games, vibe. What do you mean stream is ending? It's not even 4 hours. Who told you stream is 4 hours, bucko? Who lied to you? Technically, today's stream was supposed to be 2 hours, but then we started talking and B-Love arrived and we have to stay for B-Love. So, broken Broken buttholes aplenty. Okay. Me? You want me to stay streaming for you? But Sororu, I have to go make dinner. I have to eat. I have not eaten. Do you want to know what I've eaten today? Tapioca pearls. I've had tapioca pearls from my boba. And as my friend rightfully reminded me yesterday, bubble tea is not a meal. Bubble tea is not a meal. So I should go and make food. Because technically it will be my meal prep. And I need to get rid of the spaghetti that I made last week. Because it's all gone off there. It's all gone off. The pesto spaghetti-o. It's all gone off. It's 4 p.m. EST. I've only had a bowl of cereal since I've woken up. Duh, of course boba isn't a meal. It is a meal! It's dessert. It's dessert, and you can have dessert any time in the day. Dessert. You have to believe me. It is a meal. It is definitely a meal. I think it's a meal. I think it's a meal. Because you have the tapioca pearls, which you chew on, and then you have the boba part, which you drink on. And then it's like a drink and eat. It's like an eat and drink. In one. Let me hold your hand when I say this. No, it's a meal. It has to be. Otherwise, what do you have boba with? If boba is a dessert, what do you have boba with? You can have boba on its own. What is boba then? A snack? And hot dog is a sandwich. Technically a hot dog is a sandwich. Should a hot sandwich? Asta, yes? You're a snack. Am I? Oh, thank you. Wait, hold on. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks. Oh my god, you guys are so kind. It's like my favorite bit. No, we are not doing this. Eyes off my wife. Oh my god, they're fighting over me. That's crazy. Don't fight over me, you guys. You guys, listen. Why fight over me when you both have wallets? Buy me boba. Stop fighting. Stop wasting time. You both have boba. Money. In your wallet. Buy me boba. Simple. And then we stop the fighting. The solution to end all conflicts. Just buy a demoness boba. I already owe you boba. You do owe me boba. You said you would buy me boba. And it wasn't specified that it would wait until you were in the country. So better get a move on, bucko. Better get a move on. Otherwise I'm gonna have to fight you. And I don't want to fight you because you're slowly becoming one of my favorites. But don't tell Legacy, because Legacy is going to be real mad if I say that. Legacy is going to be like, what? And then he's going to cry and talk about Metal Gear Solid and then Metal Gear Liquid and Metal Gear Gas. And then he's just going to be super, super upsetty. So those words do not exist, and they will be redacted in every VOD. It is a secret. But we have like a minute and a half. So I'm gonna say thank you to everyone for popping into chat. This was just a casual just chatting stream. We talked about MegaCon Live and my little excursions there. We then talked about religion in D&D and also some political stuff, which I will never shy away from. And I think was really important that we actually spoke about it. I'm waiting on that book ASMR streams. They will be coming soon, I assure you. But like, I want to get a background for it. Backgrounds are really expensive. Background illustrations, like the one I have currently, cost over £100. So please be patient. Mama needs money. Or if you would like to help with the funding of that, go support me on my Ko-fi, or better yet, subscribe. Not that Twitch will give me your money, but subscribe so you can get other perks as well. But yes, it will be coming to you soon, and the moment I figure out all this new tech that I bought today, it will be it will be on its way. Okay? You just gotta be a little patient for me, and it will be coming at you soon, and we can start off with a classic book, and then we can dive into suggestions. I'll be mainly keeping them to like fantasy or romantasy, or just something supernatural or action filled, something interesting. Sortadu says, man, VTubing is expensive. It is expensive. It's very pricey. And there are ways you can cut corners and make it cheap, but I've not found any resources for what I'm looking for, so it's very, very annoying. You know, if I could save money, I will. But, yeah. Either way, thank you everybody for joining. I'm gonna go and make myself some fajitas now. I forgot to get lettuce though, so all I'm gonna have is chicken, bell peppers, and cheese. Does that sound like enough? Maybe that'll be enough. Who knows? But the next stream will be Friday, and we will be continuing with Vampire until I freaking finish this game. And then Saturday, there is no stream. I accidentally said there was a stream, a Marvel Rival stream. I'm a dirty liar. There is no Marvel Rival stream this Saturday. Okay? There is no Marvel Rival stream because, and I was going to make an announcement in Discord, and that might go up after I finish streaming, but there is the showing for Markiplier's Iron Lung in central London, and I will be going to see it with a friend who I also haven't seen in a while, so I kind of want to just spend the day with them and watch this movie and be very impressed and proud of my, you know, my inspiration and my boy for fucking making his own movie and getting it in multiple theaters across the world. That's insane. But yes, and then potentially if I can convince the man, we may be going to a D&D thing afterwards, a D&D social. But yes, no stream on Saturday because of that. But the week after, we should be returning back to our regularly scheduled programming of 3 streams a week, with VODs coming out on the Thursday and the Sunday. I will be a little behind on VODs because I haven't really had a chance to get editing done, and I was going to do that over Christmas, and I just, yeah, there was a whole thing. Either way, things are happening. It might take a little long. Please bear with me. Be patient. Be kind. And if you don't want to be patient or kind, then suck my chode. Okay? But don't actually. Or I'll break your butthole. Also, go follow B-Love. Okay. I'm done. Thank you everybody for joining me today. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Until I see you again on Friday. Bye everybody. Bye. Take care. I love you all. Good night. Sleep tight. Oh, wait, it worked. It worked. Holy shit. It worked. Ah, my head. I didn't hit myself. That was you redeeming. That was you redeeming the water. It worked. Why did it take so long to work? Wait, hold on. Damn it! Damn it! Why did that work? Why did that work? Oh, anyways, I'll figure it out, y'all. I'll figure out why it doesn't work. But it worked for that one thing, and that's exactly what I want. Because also it lets me know when you redeem it when I can't see. I will drink water after stream. I'm gonna go into the kitchen, make myself some fajitas now, and hopefully I will see you guys on Friday. Take care. Bye, everybody. Good night, sleep tight, and only let the demoness bite. Bye, everyone. Bye 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 bye, 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 bye.